I kind of went into it wanting to like it a little bit less because everyone's praising it so much. Calm down, dude. I mean, like, why is this so great? You know, so it's, again, like we said at the beginning, it's a really amazingly made movie. The story matter maybe is the reason it probably doesn't propel itself into something that we're gonna watch a million times over. Because of this, the main character that's been chosen, it only allows for a certain amount of depth into that character. Plus the fact that it's wanting to be based in as much factual, documented evidence as possible, so that later when someone looks at the movie and this is just totally fiction. Because there's that line between we want to base it in fact and kind of make it the docudrama, versus we just want to loosely base it and make it a very entertaining, dramatic, emotional movie.
In real life, probably some kid didn't come up to Zuckerberg asking about if the girl in his class was seeing anybody, and he has that eureka moment and runs through the snow back to his computer, and that's when he came up with the relationship status.
Right.
Probably that's not what happened.
Yeah, because towards the end, I kind of wish there would have been more scenes like the first sequence when he starts blogging and doing that. Because the blogging really gives us an insight into who he is and what he's thinking.
Right.
Because the rest of the time, you don't know what he's thinking unless he says it. And when he's usually saying it, he's attacking someone.
Right.
And when people try to get it out of him, he's not really good at sharing it with people. In screenwriting, there's this thing like a window character. Like, the reason we usually bond with certain characters in movies is there is someone has a Obi-Wan to talk to, or someone has a Wilson the volleyball to talk to. Mm-hmm. Well, if you have a character that doesn't share those emotions, we're not necessarily going to connect as much as we could have with that character.
But I think that speaks to the strength of this movie, is that we do get such a, maybe not a connection to the character, but just an understanding and appreciation for, or just, he was interesting to watch. You know, he was an engaging movie character. He was...
I agree with that. His personality is so strong, and we haven't really seen anyone like him on screen.
Right.
That it's like, this is a unique character, and that's what I'm really interested in.
Right.
You know, it's, in the end, we go on this journey with this really interesting character, very just, wow, I can't believe he's saying this stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the balls in 100 years to be like this guy. It's almost like he thinks in terms of Facebook status updates. So like we kind of get like the status update depth of him, you know, aside from the blog at the beginning and some moments here and there. It's like, I want to know more about this guy. I don't know if that's a gripe. It's organic because it's only as far as the character allows it to go.
Right,
so
it's the nature of the character. He is to a certain extent unknowable.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, but the filmmaking captures what it needs to capture. So, I mean, this is really a great film. It really is.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely regular price. I really like it the more I think about it. For our purposes of like, we want good movies, this is what we're looking for.
Right.
You know, so the subject matter and the characters involved can't be blamed for affecting that. Maybe if I felt like I wish I would have connected to Zuckerberg, but I can't because that's who he is. So, great movie, recommended.
Yeah, totally.
That's what we want. It's movie hope.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, and good score by Trent Reznor, too.
Well, yeah, thank you for mentioning that.
Really good score.
Yeah, especially at the beginning, there's that kind of like computer quality to it, and it's like his gears in his mind are turning kind of thing.
And there's also kind of a menacing undertone to it, which I think pairs nicely with Fincher's directorial style, which is a very cold and clinical dark style.
Fincher always likes like the dark green. Some moments I'm like, is this Fight Club?
Yeah,
that kind of like
that scene with the twins.
Yeah,
doing the race.
Yeah,
was kind of, it was like that. It was kind of that just whoosh, whoosh, was the paddling.
Yeah,
great job. The twins could have definitely been a very one-dimensional Revenge of the Nerds bully type characters, and they were three-dimensional characters. They were believable as human beings. You know what I mean? Like they weren't just one.
And I just found out it was one guy playing both of them, and they digitally put the other guy's
face
out.
Really?
That makes me scared a little bit.
Wow.
I think I knew it. I knew it going in, and I forgot about it halfway through.
Wow.
I'm like. And afterwards, I'm like, wait, that was one guy that played both of them. And there was like
a
great
body
double.
Yeah.
And they just digitally put the other guys.
That's awesome. He has a great performance. He's got one of the all-time great lines, which is, I'm 6'5", 235 pounds, and there's two of me.
Yeah.
Just great writing by Sorkin throughout.
By the way, you have a knack for memorizing lines.
No.
This is very impressive. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, the large store of useless pop culture trivia that resides within my mind.
It's extremely useful right now.
That's true.
Especially for your blog.
Right.
Which is
at culturemob.com. I'm currently doing weekly or bi-weekly blogs about pop culture, movies, and music. This week is going to be featuring top 10 movies that define the 80s. So Wall Street is up there, Heather's Breakfast Club, Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo, and several others. So if you
Nice.
want to check that out, it's culturemob.com, and then you can just Google by my name, Jonas Simon.
Are you linkable yet on the site in terms of your name?
I am not, so
Okay.
you have to Google it, I think. So.
Okay, so links will be provided on
Links
the
will
video.
be provided on the video, yeah.
Absolutely. We're like multi-talented over here, dude.
Well, we'll see until I start getting paid for it. Follow the blog Zen and the Art of Waitering at zenandtheartofwaitering.blogspot.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/Zen and the Art of Waitering, and you can free sample download of the book Zen and the Art of Waitering at smashwords.com/book/view/13249.
So, consider yourselves advised. Always remember that StoryCorp gives you more of what you pay for. And until next review, long live good movies.